All right, contractors new to HVAC. This is a process that has to happen on every service agreement call with your customer. And I would also say use it with every demand call that you have as well. Because the number one thing is predictable in the HVAC business is that the system is dirty. Okay? And all you have to do is show the dirt to the customer and present the dirt in a way that the customer believes what you're saying. So what I created here is a process, service technician process for wiping down all three components, except when the temperature is below 40 degrees, wipe down the inside components. So said differently, when it's below 45 degrees, don't wipe down the outside component, okay? Because you're not going to clean that. We don't want to do it with the cold weather. All right, so, but when it gets above that, we can go back and do it on our spring or our summer check. So we're going to check the system twice a year anyway. So just one of the times you're not going to be cleaning the condenser. Okay. Now, this may not work in like southern states like Florida. This may not have anything to do with you or Phoenix or Houston, Texas. I don't know if it gets that cold there. Okay. But for most of the country where we get all four seasons, if the temperature is below 45 degrees, don't wipe it down because there's nothing, usually the condensers don't come on at that point anyway, okay? And we're making 2 trips a year to check the system. No matter where you live, you should be doing 2 checks a year to check the system, okay? And the process behind that is to grab yourself a baggie, I don't know if you can see this, with some baby wipes, okay? And what you do is you wipe down the system. So on a, let's say it's an outside or it's a furnace air handler, you're going to open up the furnace cabinets and you're going to wipe the bottom half of the furnace and air handler and the top half of the furnace and air handler, okay? And put those dirty baby wipes in a baggie, just like this, and then go up to the A coil, the evaporator coil, the inside coil, okay? Open up your evaporator coil. You need access to it. Now some of these, if you don't have access to it, you may have to cut access into it by getting a nibbler and nibbling it out and cutting yourself some sheet metal with some S drives to make yourself a door for every time you go out there now, okay? But a lot of these new condensers out there already have doors and have cased coils, have access doors, so you can see the case and you can work on the case coil that way. You may have to pull some of it out to make all this happen as well on the case coils. You may have to slide some of that out so you can spray it. But when you're checking it, you need to wipe it down first, okay? And stick that big paper towel in the baggie, okay? And then outside, when you go outside, when the temperature's right, you do the same thing. You open up the condenser top and you wipe off what you see on the inside, and you put that and you put it in a baggie. This right here, guys, is gold. If you don't have evidence, you will not sell cleanings. But when you have evidence, you will sell the cleanings. Show the cleaning, wipe it down, show because Miss Jones, I noticed your system. I said I ran the gauges on it, and run the gauges on it, even when it's dirty. And if you see that the pressures or something is out of whack, notice that and say, hey, I'll check it again after we do the cleaning. But if everything's fine, says, Miss Jones, your pressures, everything, amp draws, all that seems to be fine. The only thing I really noticed was the dirt. We got to get that clean so that it doesn't affect the system. Okay, so that is the presentation. Okay, this right here is the presentation, and this is on system checks. You should also be using this on outs when systems are not working. It's more than likely it's because the system's dirty. So they've already got an out, so they've got a component that's down. Get the cleaning along with the component by showing the dirt. Okay? You'll double your ticket, triple your ticket. All right? So whatever that needs to be, just understand that cleaning is part of every call. Service agreement call, non-service agreement call. And the customer may not have a service agreement. And you're out there on an out with them. It's a great time to sell a service agreement because you're going to show them what they're going to be done on every one of them. You're going to go out there and clean the system. Now you're going to charge for this cleaning. This is a task in your price book. It is not tied to your service agreement. Your service agreement should be $99. Okay? It comes out twice a year, checks the system. But it has nothing to do with we're going to clean your system. We're going to check your system. Okay? We're not going to clean your system. Cleaning is what you're going to find when you go out on every service call. And it's predictable income. It's a predictable sale. Because all you have to do is wipe it down, show the customer. And it's going to be dirty. There's a reason why you change your filters once a month. Should be changing them once a month. Okay? Dirt still goes through there. So putting the filter in is great for them to do, but you're still going, in 6 months, you can still wipe this down and you'll still see dirt. Because that filter, there is no 100% filter on these. And they even have some of these HEPA filters, doctoral medical facilities with filters. They're not 100%. Okay? They're better than the 1-inch filter that you're going to put in the customer's air handler. Okay, I get that. But there's going to be enough dirt. Trust me on this, and you don't have to trust me on it. Just go do it and find out yourself. Okay? Just wipe it down and you'll see that there's dirt there. That's the key to this whole thing. The HVAC, it's an 80% gross profit sale because all I have is baby wipes, because I'm cleaning as I go. Now you may have some other cleaning. Some guys I know spray some disinfectant on it. Be careful. Some of that stuff is toxic. Okay, so don't do that to all of them. Find out if you know somebody that does it that way. I've never done it that way. Okay, I just use the baby wipes. The moisture that's in the baby wipes, we wiped it down with that. Okay, and in the beginning, we had paper towels because baby wipes went around in the early 90s. Okay, and we just had damp towels in our baggie. And that's what we used. So I did find that the baby wipes, as that came about, we gravitated to that quickly because I could get 200 baby wipes in a bag and the guy could put it in his pocket. Okay, so it was easy for him to transport back and forth, and easily to have that. Also give these guys baggies. You got to have a baggie for them to put that in, because that's your evidence. The key here, that's the evidence. Okay, I took this longer than I wanted to, but I'll see if I can't shorten it up. Okay.